takes our information, puts it in, and she's our coalition coordinator. Irene Schwaberman. Thank you, Irene, for all that you do. And then everybody has to have a public relations person, communications. You kind of talk to them when you don't want to talk to them, because all they want to talk to us, and we already told them, all 43 of them, come to us with just black stuff. We're talking about that too, but we're chairs of committees. We're international. We do all kinds of things. This young woman hails from Chicago, worked with the Rainbow Coalition, does an outstanding job as well. Kiana Baird, our communications director. Thank you very much, Kiana. I appreciate you. And then there's always a leader at the helm. Never wants any attention. When he came to me, they just called him by his first last name, but he had a PhD. That's okay. Now, you're on Capitol Hill. They almost don't see us anyway. You know, benign neglect, Mama Moynihan, and all that. So if you got some initials and stuff, we're going to use them. He's Dr. Joe Leonard, former executive director of, always mess this up. Help me out, Joe.
Black Leadership Forum.
Black Leadership Forum here in D.C., one of our coalition groups doing great work around this country. Dr. Joe Leonard, please acknowledge him. And when President Smiley and I met, and I don't see her now, but I saw her when I came in, you all as executive director doing a lovely job. Kimber Walker's around here. Doing a good job. So together we can rebuild America and certainly strengthen our families. Don't give up. Sometimes it seems bad, and even that thing is for Kimber. Let's give her a Let's work together more. We've got much we can do, and a lot of times now with the technology, 2 clicks and we can be around. If we just say it there a month or twice a month, and we would just talk and bring up an issue, let our 2 executive directors coordinate. Be surprised how we can move this ball. But welcome to the 37th Annual Legislative Conference. Continue to unleash your power. Over 25,000 people will be here from across the country over the next few days. We want them to go home too and unleash their power. When we do, we build the kind of world, the kind of country that Jesus built as he walked through what he did, and people castigated him at 30, and Martin did, as he tried to build a new world here in our country around 30 years old, as Malcolm did when he said ballots are bullets. It's time for us to rise up and build. In Nehemiah 2 it says, and the people strengthen themselves for the good work. God bless you, and let's keep moving on. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I tell you, next year will be my 30th Congressional Black Caucus weekend. Next year, I would have attended 30 of these meetings. In fact, one night room stay now could have covered you for the whole weekend 30 years ago. You can tell that Bob, the prices have gone what? Up, way up. I remember when the fashion show was $15 and the dinner was $50. Oh, that was back there, Bob, I tell you. But the co-chair of the weekend is with us, and I didn't want her to get away, and we have worked together. Please welcome Delegate Donna Christensen.
Thank you, and good morning, President Smyer, my chairwoman, my colleagues in the Congress, and my colleagues in the state legislators and state senates. Good morning. It's really a pleasure to be here. I'm going to be very brief because I have to go and meet my town hall folks. We start at 9 this morning. And as far as work that needs to be continued, our town hall, as you know, is disrupting the prison pipeline. And that's a big job that we have ahead of us. We have to disrupt that pipeline, and I invite all of you to be there with us and to make some comments. We're trying to leave a lot of time for comments, so we want you to be there. I just want to echo what your president said and my chairwoman said about working together. And I want to give you a couple of examples. When the Medicaid cuts were proposed last year, we had just about all the signatures we needed to get something done in the House to create a commission and delay the cuts to Medicaid. Your governors caved in. And if we had worked a little closer, perhaps you could have put some more pressure on them to hold out. We still managed to cut those cuts in half. So instead of 20 billion over 10 years, it was 10. But I think that was one example where I think we could have worked closer together. We still have an opportunity with S-CHIP, I hope. I'm one of those who thinks that the president is going to sign it. And I'm sure Bobby Scott will talk to you a little bit about that when he gets up here. But we have to insist. There are 9 million children who are uninsured, 6 million who are eligible for CHIP. We're not talking about expanding it to people above 200% of poverty at this point. We need to ensure, we should be able to insure all of this country's children. But 6 million eligible for CHIP. At this point, with what we've sent to the president, we're only insuring up to, CBO says 3.8 million of those children, and that's by 2012. And you know that the other 3.2 or 2.2 children are going to be ours. I don't care what they say about outreach. So we want you to help us keep the pressure on and make sure all of our children get insured. I want to invite you to our health workshops today and tomorrow. Again, that's another area that I think we can work on going forward. We're going to be talking with our healthcare providers, starting with those who are either trying to get in or in the health profession schools. We hope to have the AFT at that point, because K-12 is our problem. So we need to be working more closely together on that education piece. But the second part is about physicians who live in your states, who are having problems with their boards, with their hospitals, and are being treated unjustly, having sanctions brought against them in ways that don't happen to the other providers. So we'd like to work with you on that going forward, and we invite you to join us tomorrow, and I wish I knew my rooms. But they'll be in the booklet. The last thing I want to just mention is we've reintroduced our health disparity elimination bill. It's HR 3014. We need all of your representatives in the House to support our bill. We have about 80 co-sponsors, some of them in our leadership. We have over 100 organizations supporting the bill. It's called the Health Equity and Accountability Act. It speaks to data collection, language, for those who don't speak English as a first language. The core of it is the health professions piece, really ensuring that our children get to be the health providers that our community need. It speaks to supporting our institutions, our hospitals. I'm sure many of you in this room have had hospitals closing in the districts that you represent. We have to stop that. We need to have our facilities there to serve our communities. And we also strengthen those offices in the Department of Health and Human Services and in others that hold the department accountable. The Office of Civil Rights, the Office of Minority Health, and of course the Center at NIH. So I look forward to continuing this and hoping that we can institutionalize the way that we communicate and move this process forward together. Please join us again at the Town Hall. It's going to be a very interesting Town Hall, and I know that you, from where you sit, have a lot to share with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Dale. I appreciate the time we're going. Before we get to Q&A, I would like to recognize Congresswoman Laura Richardson coming and going to say a word, and we appreciate her.
I hadn't met Laura before she came to the U.S. House of Representatives. Was that about 2 weeks ago, Laura? But she holds a very unique distinction, and I wanted to acknowledge it. This system has moved from municipal government to state government to the U.S. House of Representatives within 1 year. Wow. She's an extraordinary sister. Yes, I'm her. Hello.